Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa Alexander Marshall.
I'm Miranda Turner.
I'm Kendrick Alexander.
Kendrick is actually on the camera this time because this is a very different video, but thank you to all of my new subscribers that I've just picked up. So thank you so much for joining my channel. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure you're clicking the bell so when I'm uploading on YouTube, you are notified. So yeah,
Press all.
Yeah, and press all when you click the notification bell. So this is a very different video for all of us. Number one, today's my son's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to my son. Y'all are so used to him over there. This is a little bit different. We're all crammed in, and there's a reason we're all crammed in here for a reason. But yeah, happy birthday.
Thanks, Mom.
He's now 13 years old. I got another teenager in the house. Okay. So for those of you that are not new to my channel, you know where we live. And for those of you that are new to my channel, we're getting ready to tell you the situation that we are.
I'm so sorry.
Birthday boy don't know what to do.
You got stuff upside here.
Okay, look, I just woke up, okay? Don't do me. Don't do me. Okay, look.
I know, we're all kind of like off today. Well, here's what's going on. And I said this is a pretty serious video. I'm not even doing intro like I usually do with my videos. I'm not doing any of that.
Boom.
Because literally after this video goes up today, we actually don't know when we're going to do another video. So if you're not new to my channel, you know where we live. And for those of you that are new to my channel, let me explain. If you've been following the news the last several days, yeah, you pretty much know about what's going on in the weather. And for you guys that are new to my channel, we live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we're currently under a tropical storm warning with Tropical Storm Barry that is in the Gulf of Mexico. So literally, the chair that Kendrick usually sits in, we have all of our wires up in the event of flooding because they are predicting massive flooding here in Baton Rouge. We are the city that is actually going to get the worst of this tropical storm. So that's why we are in the mood that we're in right now. She has 3 bags packed. He hasn't packed anything yet.
Yeah, one.
He has 1 bag. Yeah, 1 bag packed.
Yes.
Okay.
You crazy.
I
packed 3.
I'm packing all my makeup.
You better throw it in that big old
I
thing.
am. I'm throwing it all back there. Plus I got all that over there. So where we currently live, next door to our neighborhood is the Amite River. And the Amite River is extremely prone to flooding. And with the tropical storm that is headed in our way, we will more than likely have to evacuate. So that's why we are doing this video right now, because again, after this video, we do not know when we will be able to make another video. I had a hair review that was actually coming up, and I was actually going to do this hair review. I at this moment cannot do a hair review because again, we don't know what's going to happen. The worst of the storm is not going to take place until tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Everything can keep being pushed back
to tomorrow. But the conditions are supposed to deteriorate here this afternoon. And as you can see, a few minutes ago, we're already feeling the wind.
Oh, and lightning.
No,
that's a truck.
that's the neighbor.
Tripping. I'm over here like, wait
that's
a
the
minute.
neighbor. That's the neighbor.
Lord, just hold on a little bit longer.
So let me explain something to you guys. It's just kind of just like, oh my, OMG, here we go.
Like, bruh, really?
Right.
Like, bruh, really?
And what a way to celebrate your birthday. A tropical storm.
That's the bad part, man.
Yeah, so let me explain. And I just said, we just had Essence Fest. We just had Essence Fest in New Orleans, and we went to Essence Fest, my husband and I, and
For old people. For old people.
I am not worried about y'all and old people.
I'm being honest.
Okay, anyway.
Essence Fest.
Yeah, Essence Fest. And Essence Fest ended Sunday. Frankie Beverly and Mays closed out Essence Fest, which they were awesome. You know, Frankie Beverly and his voice is gone. But come Wednesday, I get to work, and not only do they have tornadoes in New Orleans flooded.
Right.
Like, what? And it was rain bands before the storm had even gotten into the Gulf of Mexico. And what I'm going to explain is we're currently in hurricane season. And that is the downfall of living in Louisiana. You have to worry about hurricane season. Hurricane season starts in June, it ends in November. And the peak hurricane season is August and September. And being that we're in the middle of July, it's going to go from, right now it's a tropical storm, and it is going to go to a hurricane. So what that means is this: the waters in the Gulf of Mexico are warm. The warm waters, it fuels a tropical storm and turns it into a hurricane. The hotter the water, the stronger the hurricane will get. What they're predicting right now is Tropical Storm Barry is going to turn into a hurricane before it hits land.
That's a dumb name for a hurricane. Barry, really? Seriously.
You almost knocked my camera over again.
Sorry.
That is a dumb name. No offense.
Yeah. And we're still going to end up making this in a comedy.
We had a hurricane named Gustav. And you want to say Barry? Barry is a dumb name?
They're both making this into comedy.
Barry. Okay. It's just like a actual Barry.
He's over here playing a game. Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Right. So the reason why this is going to become a hurricane right before it comes on land, because right on the coast of Louisiana, the waters are 86 degrees, which means, yeah. But everywhere else in the water, it's like 82, 81, 83, but it's the hottest right on the coast, and the warmest, I should say. So it's going to fuel it into a hurricane. Now, the reason why we're getting the worst of it in Baton Rouge, and some people will be wondering, well, why are y'all going to be the ones getting the worst of it? Here's why. When the storm hits land, it depends on what side of a hurricane you're going to be on. And because we are on the east side of the storm, which is education, the one thing you don't want to be on when a hurricane is hitting land, you don't want to be on the east side of the storm. You have an east side, you have a west side. And it also depends on if it's clockwise or if it's counterclockwise. Because the storm is moving in a counterclockwise motion, which we see here is going to go, yeah, it's in a counterclockwise motion. It's the east side of the storm is where your most worrisome is. When you're on the west side of the storm, biggest thing you have to worry about on the west side of the storm is the wind and the rain. And biggest thing is just the wind, because on the west side of the storm, that's where your eye wall, that's where the worst of the storm is. He's sitting here, just grab some cereal, and yeah, he's got a bowl of cereal right here. But that's where most of your problem areas is, when you're on the west side. It's just dealing with just mainly wind. And that's where a lot of your wind damage, homes get damaged, so forth and so forth. The east side of the storm, which is where we are, and you can check it out on your local radar and your phone. Yeah. Yeah. On the east side of the storm, which is where we are and which is where New Orleans is located, we're on the east side of the storm. This is where all of your rain, this is where it spins off tornadoes. This is where you get all of your moisture, is on your east side of the storm. And unfortunately, that's where we are. On the east side of the storm.
On the east side.
Which is not good.
Not
and
the west
this
side.
morning, the meteorologist said, this morning, this is the first time I've heard any meteorologist say this, because everybody is concerned about New Orleans, New Orleans, which they should be.
It's so weird that New Orleans get most of the storms. It's kind of weird to me. I get that.
Well,
on the coast-
here's the reason. But like I said, this meteorologist, for the first time, I've heard a meteorologist say he's more concerned about Baton Rouge than he is New Orleans. Because Baton Rouge is actually going to get the worst of this storm. We're going to get the worst of it. We are predicted here to get up to 25 inches of rain. New Orleans is going to get rain too. But the reason why New Orleans is talked about more so is the fact that New Orleans is below sea level, which is why we call it a soup bowl. So if you, I should have grabbed the bowl, because they did a perfect demonstration earlier this morning. So imagine you have a bowl. This is your soup bowl, like this. There you go. Okay. And you see the parameter right here? Your parameter is really like the levee and the walls and the pumps and everything. In the middle part down here at the bottom is the city of New Orleans.
At the bottom.
It's at the bottom. It's below sea level. What also doesn't make this very good is the fact that the Mississippi River is currently very high.
It's
Because
low and high.
it's very high because of all the flooding that happened in Arkansas and Oklahoma and all over the Midwest. All that water dumped into different creeks and other rivers. All of those rivers and creeks dumps into the Mississippi River.
The main.
And it flows down to dump into the Gulf of Mexico. But because it was so much flooding that took place, the river down here is high, which causes a great concern in New Orleans because New Orleans is below sea level.
Oh,
Now-
24/7. 24/7. Always.
He not even paying attention.
No,
That's why his face not even in the camera.
not anymore.
Huh?
Yeah, now he's back in the camera because he's playing a game. Yeah. So that's why there is a concern with New Orleans, because it's below sea level and the Mississippi River is extremely high. So this is why we are on alert, and this why, because usually with a tropical storm or usually with a Category 1 hurricane, I mean, you're going to get some damage, but we can pretty much withstand a hurricane, a Category 1 hurricane. But what makes this a huge event is the fact that the Mississippi River is super high right now. And right now here in Baton Rouge is above sea level. But because the Mississippi is astronomically high here in Baton Rouge as well, that's what makes this pretty bad. And then the grounds are already saturated.
Moist.
So, yeah. So that's what's going on here in Louisiana. And plus, once you go through one hurricane, you've been through them all. My poor husband.
Poor Tank.
You can tell he's from Chicago. My husband's. So for those of you that are new to my channel, my husband's not from here. My husband's from Chicago. He bought stuff you ain't supposed to be buying.
Right.
We need some chocolate.
Dude, bought some.
But we have charcoal.
Dude,
We
bought
just
some
need to move the
ground
charcoal
meat.
up high. Well, we may have to end up putting it on the grill. I told him that. We have to put it on the grill.
Right.
Because we have electricity. And main things you buy is bread, sandwich meat, mustard, mayonnaise, the canned stuff that you don't cook, that you can just eat out of the can, like Vienna sausage, or like my mom used to get potted meat. I can't deal with potted meat. I didn't have enough potted meat. He's still eating cereal. So yeah.
Cereal that you gonna have to hurry up and eat, cause he just bought a gallon of milk,
And if the electricity go out and it stays out for days, it's going to spoil.
and I'm not eating.
So yeah, so that's what we're dealing with right now. I know they ended up making this video funny, even though this was a pretty serious video.
Serious video.
But they made it pretty funny. So this is it for us until
We come back.
yeah, which is I don't know when, but
Hopefully next week.
hopefully next week we'll be back. Yeah, so of course definitely my flea market booth is closed because they're having to evacuate too. So
Oh,
they have to evacuate. They have to evacuate over there
what
as
they
well.
say, get out and don't drown. What is it called? God darn, they said it last time when it was flooding over here.
Which this is another reason, and we've only been in this house a year and
come on, you guys. It was right next to my birthday.
a year and 4 months, and we're gonna have to evacuate this house because of flooding.
We evacuated our whole house, man.
And that one flooded. Then that was in 2016 when we had the
Oh,
big
mad.
flood. Man, when we took on about 13 inches of water.
It wasn't that high, it was a foot.
That's about 12 inches. So
Oh.
I said
Stupid.
Hey, I've been having
Stupid,
dumb moments all day.
Mom, guess what? Stupid.
comedy.
Stupid.
Comedy.
I've been having dumb moments all day.
Comedy.
It's okay.
So that's it. That's all we have.
Be safe.
We all need to be safe.
Stay
praying
inside
for-
if you can't swim.
They just said you got to hunker down, and they don't want anybody going through the water.
Well, if you see water, run.
You see, but that's why we about to back up. Yeah, because more than likely we're gonna have to evacuate.
As long as it stay below,
Sea level.
we all right.
Oh, sea level.
I was trying to say like,
As long as it doesn't creep over.
yes.
But the problem is we're right literally by the Amy River.
As long as it don't pass my
And I think the
TV.
Amy dumps into Lake Pontchartrain. If Lake Pontchartrain is already taking on the excess
They Pontchartrain
water.
already
Full.
right, and it
Lake
got
Pontchartrain
algae.
already full.
Man, I
No,
can't take
that's
no
the Gulf
more
of
than
Mexico by
water.
Mississippi.
Oh, I was gonna say
They ain't got nothing to do with Lake Pontchartrain.
Oh, they already got algae.
No, wrong.
My bad, wrong part.
Yeah.
Right.
So, with that being said, until whenever you see us again, no hair reviews, no makeup reviews. We look, and as we're speaking, the wind has picked up
Picked up more.
because they're saying we're going to get up to 59 mile an hour wind.
Dang, man.
Yeah, up to 59 mile an hour
Like
wind.
a whole tornado right there.
But anyway, with that being said, they still bought the comedy. Yeah, and I have my phone, and I'm talking about phone. I have my phone here because
Right.
they literally. Well, that's because they've been doing updates for us here. So yeah, they've been doing updates.
When they do update, we play the game.
Okay.
We play the game.
Yeah.
All you
So,
can do. And eat.
Sleep. Eat and sleep. And
We slept last time. We went to sleep on it.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Yeah, we
2016.
we slept. No, we
oh
slept.
yeah,
we
We
was
sleep.
slept.
No, we had to
Until I saw the
evacuate.
water go
Yeah.
in the house. I was so mad because
But then again, it was like 2 something in the morning, so we all had to hurry up and get up and had to rush and put everything up high because the water was literally rushing in the house, and we had to hurry up and evacuate.
We was tired. We were
3
way
o'clock, by the grace of God, we were able to find a hotel at that time of morning because we had to evacuate. Unfortunately, I had to evacuate in our nightgowns because when we get outside, the water is literally at our knees, past our knees, and I almost fell in that water, and that was very dangerous. So, yeah, that is what the possibility that we're facing. That again.
Me and my sister, we tried to go way out there by the mailbox. It got deep about the mailbox.
no, the streets
No,
was
no.
deep.
We tried to experience of the water of how high it really
At
was.
3 in the morning.
And the bad part is we was by a creek. We was by a creek.
But we don't make it no better. We're by Amy River. We're right by a river, so yeah.
We trying to experience. Oh, it's
They're trying to experiment at 3 in the morning while we're trying to evacuate in 2016.
We sure was.
And that I'm talking about my other daughter.
How high it was? I don't know. Wait,
My
look, let's go
daughter.
see.
And I know she's probably like, I'm up here in Virginia.
She's
I'll
safe.
just watch, so she's safe.
She said,
My
y'all
other
be
daughter's
careful.
safe because she's in Virginia. And she's been getting warnings for the last several
Sure
days.
did.
She's been getting nothing but warnings on her phone. I won't be surprised. That ding is probably another warning.
No, that's probably somebody saying happy birthday to Kendrick. That's
Okay.
fake.
But yeah, you've been every day. I got another warning. I got another
Another
warning.
warning.
I got another warning. We got a flash flood warning. We got a flash flood warning. We got another warning. We had a tornado warning.
Why you didn't tell me it was a tornado? See what happened? Well, look, hey.
That's what I say. You didn't get the tropical storm warning. I got the tropical storm warning.
I ain't had that.
My phone
It's like-
didn't say nothing yet. My phone literally didn't say nothing.
Poor phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
My phone had been blowing up.
Been blowing up with every kind of weather
cool,
warning.
Cool. Fast forward.
She just
okay.
didn't get the main one, tropical storm warning. So that's it for this video. So until whenever
Next time.
you see us. And I do have some exciting, hopefully we're able to come back. I have some exciting things with BAM Cosmetics.
Bam, bam.
And this is probably a major announcement I'm going to have with BAM Cosmetics. And it's not a bad one. It is actually an extremely good one. So we're literally in. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. But I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Because, again, I don't know when I'm going to be filming again. I do have a major announcement that is going to be coming with VAM Cosmetics. And, ooh, that wind just really picked up.
You just heard that?
Oh my God! That wind just picked up like, woo! Okay, Barry is coming.
I think that was a car.
No.
I'm just.
That-
Did he just say that was a car?
No, car don't
that,
sound like that.
Woo! That was the wind.
That's the
That's
wind.
Barry. That was Barry. Yeah, so I have a major announcement that is going to be coming with VAM Cosmetics. Hopefully, if we're still here, I can make that announcement. And this one is a pretty significant announcement. It's not a bad one. It is a very good one. And actually with this, it's like literally in super beginning stages. And this is going to be a pretty big thing. So again, until next time. So with that being said, till you see us again, just pray for us. Hopefully we get past this storm named Barry.
You're gonna pray for me.
Pray for all of us.
Alright.
All right. So this is Venetia Alexander Marshall.
I'm Miranda Turner.
I'm Kendrick Alexander.
And I hope you all have a great day.
Bye.
Take care.
No, why don't you be like me and eat some cereal?
On camera. That being
Oh.
said, y'all have a great day. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.